friend Steve
from Bucket of Chum.
Yeah. We have shared a couple episodes a couple times.
Yeah, he's been on our feed. We've been on his feed.
Great guy.
We recorded an episode with him. It was called what, Derek?
Shark Exorcist.
Oh, that sounds excellent. And he was just a beautiful person to give us the tape so we could put it on our main feed, even though you should be listening to Bucket of Chum as well.
Yeah, you can find Bucket of Chum anywhere you get podcasts and bucketofchumpodcast.com. But he let us use this episode for our quote-unquote season break where we still post content all the time.
It's us doing stuff without doing work, and kind of the American. Well, you have to do work.
I was like, you and I don't do
Me and you, we're going to the music box to drink.
To the bar.
Bring your laptop if you want to join, you nerd. Also, I just want to point out, Bucket of Chum has one of the most inexpensive Patreons. So if you have a couple extra bucks, it would be beautiful to throw it Steve's way.
I think it's only like $1 or $2.
It's a couple bucks, yeah. I mean, you can find.
He
that
even
on your
has a
couch.
free version of his Patreon that you can subscribe to, and you'll see like his short videos. He does trailer reacts, or he gets his girlfriend really high and makes her watch trailers.
Is his Patreon better than ours? How come you don't get me really high and make me react to stuff?
Because you get yourself high and react to stuff.
But yeah, check out Steve. Check out Bucket of Comp.
Wow.
Freudian slip.
Completely different podcast.
Can't say that on television.
Bucket of Chum. And stay tuned for this episode on Shark Exorcist.
Forgive me, Father. I have finned.
I'm a sea king, a CGI thing. I'm here to eat and bare my teeth and shake a tail fin. A bikini babe, catching a road wave. A big surprise, I'm gonna rise and flash my tooth cane. All the buff dudes, safe on the beach food. They're gonna need a bigger boat and barrels real soon. I'm a sea king, a CGI thing. I'm here to eat and bare my teeth and shake a tail fin. I'm lonely and taking a ride. Lured in by the bucket of chum. It's one weakness I can't hide. Take me to your bucket of chum.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Bucket of Chum, and this week it is the first episode of Seasick Cinema, and I have three very special guests today. We have Jack, Whitney, and Derek from the Bad Movies Worst People podcast. How are you doing, guys?
Hey, how you doing?
Excellent. Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you for having all three of us.
Hell yeah. Yeah, last time we had a bit of a snafu when we talked about Santa Jaws, I think it was.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
I was so sad
Yeah.
not to be on that one.
Well, now you get to talk about this wonderful movie.
Oh, is that what we're calling it?
Movie?
Yeah, it's a loose term. So yeah, we're talking about Shark Exorcist from 2015, directed by Donald Farmer, who after looking at his filmography, I realized I own 3, or technically 4 of his movies on Blu-ray. So I have Vampire Cop, Red Lips,
Okay.
and Cannibal Hookers and Hooker with a Hacksaw double feature.
Oh man.
I may want to borrow that.
I own one of his movies, kind of. Not on Blu-ray, though, because it's never been released on Blu-ray. A previous episode we did called Deadly Run. That was a made-for-TV movie. And he's credited as filming additional sequences, but he's also credited as the top director of the two.
I'm betting you the additional sequences had chicks in it.
Yeah, they were the creepy parts.
Yeah. I'm just guessing.
Makes sense. Yeah. Well, he definitely managed to fucking incorporate it into this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I kept waiting for some just like hardcore porn music. Not that the porn would be hardcore, the music would be hardcore porn music.
We definitely got softcore porn music.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. And just repetitive over and over, the same goddamn music throughout the whole thing.
I will be shocked to find out if none of these actresses ever did adult movies. Shocked.
Yeah, I would honestly be surprised. I did look it up because I'm just going to assume that, and I'm probably right.
I mean, the only thing I saw, and I don't think it's hardcore. I didn't look into it, but there was a movie that the main girl, Angela Carricks or whatever, and her husband Bobby, who plays the priest, and his twin brother, were in a movie called Thong Girl versus Zolta, and she plays the titular Thong Girl.
I got $5 on Zolta.
Wow.
So that might be porn. I don't know.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It sounds like it. If not, like, porn adjacent at the very
Well,
least.
I mean, what's the quote? Like, it's hard to define porn, but you know it when you see it.
Yeah. That's so true.
It's not that hard. Penetration.
I mean, like, Spice
always.
Channel and Playboy never showed penetration.
It's not porn.
Well, now we're just nitpicking. We're splitting hairs.
Now we're nitpicking.
We're nitpicking.
I got what you said.
Oh, actually, sorry, one more fun fact. She may not have done porn, but she did play a porn actress in Scary Movie 5.
Oh, shit.
She was uncredited,
Okay.
but she was in it.
One of the many I didn't see from that franchise.
Yeah, I mean, after the third one, like, I got lost.
Yeah, like I liked the first and the second one. The third one's like, well, this is where I get off. This is my stop.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them all, but, like, if I'm going to rewatch, I'll do the first 3 if I'm feeling like it, but I will pass that. I'm just like, no.
Yeah,
I think once
Good.
Leslie Nielsen's no longer involved, I'm not interested.
that's fair.
I mean, that's pretty much the rule for any franchise, really. Yeah, I mean, after seeing some of what this guy has done and seeing some of the movies that I've owned, and I'm like, I like some of his schlocky shit that he's done. So I'm like, and then I see this shit and I'm baffled. I'm completely baffled because, like, the story, if you want to call it that, is completely incoherent. Like, I rewatched this again, and I think I've watched this 2 or 3 other times before, and I still have no fucking idea what is happening. Actually, I'll read the plot synopsis off of Letterboxd here.
I kept feeling like I missed something.
Yeah, so this is the plot synopsis. A demonic nun unleashes holy hell when she summons the devil to possess a man-eating shark.
I mean,
like,
that
That's it?
happened.
Yeah.
Let me just get
I mean,
this out of the
technically
way.
that happened, but I don't understand why that happened per se, or even really how, I guess.
So
I-
I'll just get the first bad pun out of the way, but that nun just has a bad habit. Anyway, now we can freely talk. So if you're doing work for the movie, I think she's like an undercover nun. She's really a Satanist that is a big fan of Satan, as most Satanists are. And she's pretending to be a nun because didn't she torture and kill 13 boys and girls? Like it's a
Yes.
headline thing that's passed over.
Yeah. Yeah, the newscaster says boys and girls, not children.
Or she was blamed
Yeah.
for that and she didn't do it. And that's why she's like, the world turned against me and now I love Satan. So I don't know.
Been there.
Yeah. But I mean, you're not wrong. It is the plot is just barely there and you got to work for it.
Yeah, and I saw in one of the quotes, like, the filmmakers were like, well, we're describing this as Jaws meets The Exorcist. And I'm like, just because you combined those two things in the titles doesn't mean that this is Jaws meets The Exorcist.
I mean,
Like,
we do
it just
get
doesn't work like that.
You can
We
throw
do get
an
a
orange in
line.
water and you don't have orange juice.
we do get a line from both movies, kind of.
Yeah.
we do.
So
We need a
I
bigger
guess that's it.
crucifix.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Your mother swims circles in hell.
Oh, my God.
I will say there are times I had a lot of fun. Like in this movie, there was times that we just watched it all together, and there was times that we were all three laughing.
Oh, it's for real. Serious gut holding laughter on my end.
It's more of a group watching experience for sure. Like, you cannot watch this on your own.
I would worry
It-
about your
you
health if
can't.
you did.
Yeah. I'm concerned for myself.
It's time to reach out.
And the thing is, we reached like a peak of silly laughter, and then the movie devolved even more into like what is happening, and then we were all just like, this movie's just under 71 minutes long, and we're like, okay, but when is it over?
even when the credits are rolling, it's still not over because we have 2 after credit scenes. Which
Yeah.
I didn't even know about the last one until this viewing.
I mean, and they don't do anything. Like it doesn't really mean like, especially the first one that's midway through means nothing.
Nothing at all.
I am no like, oh hi, I'm in an aquarium. I like sharks. I'm horny. I'm possessed.
Yeah,
I think
I
they
did
found
get
a
that.
young Shirley Manson, the lead singer of Garbage. That's what this chick is, and she's fucking. She's only happy when it's sharks.
And she's I don't the whole thing doesn't make any sense, and I guess it's maybe we'll find out this year because Shark Exorcist 2 Unholy Waters is coming out this year. So
Yes, yes, it is. It's coming out in May.
they're
Yeah.
filming it right now.
Probably. Yeah.
It's a quick turnaround on that shoot.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, although I also would not be surprised if the sequel does not touch upon those end credit scenes whatsoever.
Yeah, that would make perfect sense.
I mean, it's almost it's what 9 years old at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And it's so weird because like there's not really a conclusion to anything in this movie. And it's almost like they were like, we're going to make this sequel for sure. But with these direct-to-video, shot-on-video things, they should have just made it the next weekend. Like, why wait a
or
decade?
the same weekend, just back to back. It would have been fine. Like,
I was very confused that the ending was just the beginning. Like it was the same nun and the same first kill.
Allegedly, I don't know if that was the same girl.
Right. Yeah. I was very confused about that. So I had it back on again, like when I was doing work on the computer here, and I kept turning back around and I'm like, what's happening now? And then I watched, I'm like, I have no idea. So then I go back and do a little bit of work, and then I turn back around, I'm like, what the fuck is happening now? Like, didn't I just see this? Like, what? It's so confusing.
So I have a question: are people turning into sharks? Like, is it one shark that people are turning into, or is it multiple people turning into multiple sharks, or are they summoning one shark? I don't get it.
I don't.
The answer to all those questions are yes.
Well, because like often you'll see the shark swimming in the water, which looks absolutely amazing in the worst way ever.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You see that swimming, and then there's the girl that jumps underwater, and then somebody's eaten. So I don't understand.
Also,
Yeah, we never see this shark like actually grab onto anybody.
No.
Even when people are struggling in the water, it's never fucking touching them in any way, shape, or form.
They are in like knee-high water. We see a shark in like the deep ocean, and then suddenly they're falling.
Yeah, it's Robin Hood Men in Tights with sharks. Like, just stand up, dude. I can't swim.
Oh God.
I do have a favorite part in this movie, which I don't know if it should be my favorite.
You talking about Pool Girl?
I'm talking about Pool Girl.
She's fantastic.
Oh my God.
That whole segment is so much.
You said you like to get wet.
She has the best lines in the movie.
I get the hint.
Yeah.
Oh
my
Do you
God.
want to
when
just
he's-
go through that sequence?
Yeah, I mean, so what is it?
She's
Allie.
Allie?
Allie is our main
Shark girl.
antagonist.
The one
Yeah.
that looks like a less trashy Tara Reid.
yes.
The Wish.com version of Christina Aguilera.
Somehow.
Tara Reid is the Temu version of this lady.
But then it's this girl playing on that spinny thing in the park.
It's like a little carousel type deal.
Yeah, the one where you try and knock people off by spinning it really
That
fast.
was not the intention of the inventors.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. They
Child-
wanted to kill
child
children.
dismemberment, dude.
The centrifugal force torture machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a
But
weird
yeah.
dynamic that would be.
So this girl is, and you can edit this if you need to. Is she special?
I do think she's either okay.
Oh,
So
I think that's what they were going for. Like, I can't think of any other choice that would, explain anything else.
Yeah, is she supposed to be special? Or
She's
yeah.
like a 30-year-old
Yeah.
playing 12.
yeah, which
Yeah.
I don't know.
mean, I wouldn't put it past them to do that, right? Like, oh yeah, she's 30. No, she's 12.
This isn't Beverly Hills 90210, or I guess for Canadian listeners, Degrassi. Like, she's not a 30-year-old
Yeah.
playing a teenager. I think
Yeah.
she's supposed to be special, but like, I don't know. She meets up with her and takes her. Allie meets up with her and takes her to a pool.
I like to get wet.
Yeah, she tells Allie, you said you like to get wet, and shoves her in the pool. And I was just like, this is about to be some real uncomfortable porn.
Yeah, I thought that was going in a really weird place, and I'm just like, should I be watching this? Like, is this allowed? Like, what is this?
Just to make it
And then I'm
uncomfortable.
like, okay, at least it didn't get too weird.
Yeah, just to make it uncomfortable, Allie does like the sexy seductress thing, and this chick looks at her and she's like, "I can take a hint," and just like peels off her clothes into a swimsuit, so ready to go.
And then face flops into this above ground
And
pool.
it's followed immediately by she has like a little rubber shark that she fills with water and she sprays it on her face.
Oh, we call that a chum shot, dude.
Yeah, it's just a full-on chum shot.
I mean, no one's making fun of the special part of it. We're making fun of her performance.
Yes.
It is one of the
Yeah,
only people
because it's just
acting.
very bizarre.
Yeah.
In
But
a,
she
in a
is
movie with
acting.
flat people. Like, and I don't mean chest wise. Like everyone's got
Yeah.
this. Just like I'm just reading a script, dude.
Oh, there was definitely a part where the girls are laying on towels by the lake before Allie becomes a shark, and they are literally reading scripts off their phones.
Yeah, yeah, you can fucking see it like right on like when you can't see the glare, you could fucking see the script there. Like, and I'm like, I understand. Like, they did not get paid enough to even be like prancing around in bikinis. So I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't
For
memorize my
sure.
fucking lines either. Really,
Did they even get paid?
I was gonna say, I think you could just stop after the word paid. They did not get
They
paid.
got
They
craft
did not
service
get paid.
table, which was Kraft mac
Yeah.
and cheese.
They got to keep the
Yeah.
clothes.
Oh, you had to bring your own wardrobe.
That makes sense.
yeah.
Donald Farmer is like, look, I've got coffee for everyone, free peanuts, and they're all just bags that he's collected flying across the country.
This says Southwest.
I don't even know how to fully explain this movie to anybody who hasn't seen it. Because even if you try to explain the plot, even if you go back and listen to my episode going through the rundown of it, it just sounds like I'm saying a bunch of sentences from like a bunch of different scripts like stacked together, and I'm just reading it all in a row without a fucking break. But that's just how this movie is. There's just a bunch of things happen, and I don't know why. Although I will give this movie 1 point for the paranormal show called Ghost Whackers. Fucking incredible. Just
Yes.
amazing.
We were joking like Dan Aykroyd from Ghostbusters needs to find out about that show, man.
Wait, she's doing what to ghosts?
Yeah, I couldn't even keep a straight face anytime Ghost Whackers was brought up.
And that,
None
and
of us
that
can.
girl, we had to look her up because everything that girl is doing, Nancy, I think is the character's name, is very
Porn.
porn-esque.
Yes.
So we look
Yeah,
her up,
yeah.
and one of her first IMDb photos is her inches away from another girl about to kiss her. And I was like, oh, okay, so that is what she's doing. And I looked it up, and that's from a movie. That's from a movie called Girl Scene, the movie.
Oh, yeah.
So she's
An adaptation
Clever.
of the book?
Yeah.
she's doing these like chest rubs, and you can tell she's struggling to avoid the nipple rub. Like she keeps stopping right there, and she's just like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Let's go up again.
Yeah, I felt like they were like bordering on stuff. Like they didn't go over on stuff because maybe Donald Farmer thought he could sell this to Sci-Fi or something, and he wanted it to be TV ready. I don't know where this was originally produced, if it was a straight to streaming thing, or if it was on TV. But
Yeah, like it's from Wild Eye Releasing, so it must have like just been straight to Tubi, I would imagine.
Oh, that's
TV
good.
original.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah.
original.
Yeah.
So Derek had looked up a couple of the actors, and he saw that what's the guy's name? It's married to Allie.
Bobby Kurzik. Or
Bobby
whatever the fuck
Kurzik,
their
and
name is.
he's listed as
Oh,
the
yeah.
priest. But when you first see him, he looks like he's going to a Linkin Park show.
Yeah, he's just some random.
Oh my god.
He's got
Guy.
his barbed wire tattoo. He's got his sea
Spiky
turtle,
hairs.
spiky hair. He's got elbow stars. I think he has Linkin Park lyrics tattooed on his rib cage. And I just thought, what a priest!
Well, and
Holy
he's
shit.
he's picking her up. He's picking up Allie while she's hitchhiking, and they're supposed to not know each other,
Right.
and they go swimming in the lake together because I guess it's her first shark kill, right?
Yeah.
But they have matching lyric tattoos on their side. I'm like, you're clearly a couple, guys.
Yeah.
But that's why he's a priest the rest of the movie, right? Because he's wearing stuff all the way up to his wrist. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm definitely a different dude.
I mean, instead of wearing that white collar that the priests have, he's wearing a white turtleneck underneath. It's insane.
Yeah.
As a recovering Catholic, I couldn't stop but notice.
I still feel like 2015 was like way too late for this look. At least by like 7 years.
Oh, yeah, way too late. New metal's not on the radio anymore.
The problem
No.
is he got this look when he was going to 311 concerts, but it doesn't. Tattoos don't go away. You can change the hair.
Now he's just a beautiful disaster.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, you find a look that works, man. You stick with it.
But like right after he gets killed, we get the scene with the same actor being the priest, and he gets a letter.
Oh my God, this voiceover.
And this voiceover from this like Monsignor, I guess it is, whatever, is like just crazy old man voice, probably Donald Farmer.
You say Monsignor, I say Crypt Keeper.
I hate to inform
Same
you,
thing.
your brother has died.
I'd watch it.
I know before the sign off, like we're all trying to think, is this his inner monologue? Like, who is talking
Who's reading this?
like
That's the voice he
this?
thinks in.
Oh man, mine just sounds like Gilbert Godfrey.
Oh
It's
God,
terrible.
fuck my life.
That's why I drink a lot. I gotta drown it out.
You need to calm down a bit.
Uh-oh.
So I do have a note here, and it's related to what you were talking about, things being all over the place. There are two, well, there are more than two, but there are two sequences I can think of right now that have nothing to do with the rest of this movie other than a shark and a possession, right? So there's the one we talked about, the mall scene at the end where the girl is just walking around the mall shopping for stuffed sharks. But there's this one right around this time where there's like these girls, like the craft light hanging out at like a graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
they're cutting away to a possessed girl doing her best Linda Blair.
Diet craft.
And
Don't fill
it's-
up on witchcraft.
And like, it has nothing to do with anything. Like it's just a possessed girl. She's not another girl we already knew, right? I don't
No.
think.
No, I didn't recognize any of these fucking people. I didn't know why this was here. And that was, again, one of those scenes where, like, okay, I'm taking notes. I look up. I'm like, how the fuck did we get to here? Who the fuck? So, like, you rewind to, like, get some answers. And it's like, oh, no, we're just here now. That's my answer. We're just fucking here. And they're here. They're doing something. I don't know why or what, but here we are.
But one of the witches definitely looks like
Bokeem Woodbine. I don't know if you know that male actor. Dude, I was expecting this chick to be in Big Hit or my favorite Bokeem Woodbine or
Yeah.
Light.
Yeah, she looks exactly like him.
Yeah.
same gap tooth and
Yeah.
everything.
There's so many weird sequences, like you're saying, and we've all been saying, like, do I know this person? This movie's making this seem very important.
Did
And
you
we
dose
haven't-
me?
Like, yeah, I did not. By
Yeah.
the way.
I mean, basically up until the pool sequence with the special girl, this is somewhat of a cohesive movie, right? We have
Yeah.
like the girls who are friends, and then there's the nun that possesses the shark or
Worst
whatever.
friends ever, by the way.
Oh my
Worst
God.
friends ever.
Why are these three friends?
But like it's like it's a storyline, and then after presumably she kills this girl as a shark in a pool, like she wakes up like it's like the next day of a werewolf thing where she doesn't remember it or whatever, and then after that it's just a series of disconnected scenes.
Or is there a script on the floor? Like, is there editing where there's more story?
There's like a shark cult.
Yeah.
He has like a 40-page script.
That would have
and
made
he's-
sense at least.
It would have been something.
He only had a 40-page script, and he was like, we can drag it out. And then he realized when we were done shooting, oh shit, we only made a 40-minute movie. I need this to be 60 minutes.
All right, can you get me a really buff blonde chick in a bikini? Because I'm gonna have a real long, weird sequence about her.
Oh,
Oh my God,
my
man.
Christ.
What the fuck? Like, I did not understand that. Again, I'm just like, why is this dude creeping around taking pictures? What is
So
happening?
we
How
thought
does she not
maybe-
wake up?
We thought maybe it was gonna be let's make him a really scummy scumbag, so when the shark eats him, we all cheer for the shark. Like,
Right.
you know, he got his comeuppance, but no,
Nothing
he's
comes
gone.
of it.
Nun's there stabbing. I don't
Yeah,
get it.
because earlier there's another unrelated cutaway with some sorority girls where
oh
the
my
girl
God,
is
when
like,
they're in ankle deep water, they get attacked.
No, they don't get attacked.
they don't. It attacks the
bitch.
I think this is what we gathered from the footage
Oh,
we were shown.
right.
It attacks the bitchy
Yeah.
girl on the dock. So we were like, okay, so the shark only eats mean people?
Because it
Question
fades to
mark.
black and we just hear like chomp chomp off screen and these girls are
Freaking out.
screaming.
Yeah.
With this blonde.
Yeah.
It. Show me something, please.
Also,
Yeah.
there's the fun lake scene where Allie just goes up to some random chick that's already in the lake. And then
I was
there's
just going to bring
like,
that one up.
5 people in the background.
There are so many people in the background of this movie that did not give permission for their likenesses to be
100%.
Dude, the hospital scene when like they take her to the hospital, it looks like someone's just holding a camera in their jacket. Like they did not have
Exactly.
permission to fucking film it there.
That's what we noticed. There was that. There was the one where they're in like the Dave and Buster's.
Which I called that, by the way.
And then there's the mall scene. They're all shot with like underarm cameras or like
Play cool,
he just
man.
had his cell phone and he's like, I'm sending a text. I'm definitely not recording.
Oh, yeah. It was just, I don't know. I feel like the idea behind the movie, like you could make something good, well, good in quotations, something ridiculous, but that also makes sense and is entertaining.
Oh yeah.
Whereas like this makes absolutely no fucking sense. A couple of parts were entertaining, like again, Ghost Whackers. I
Yeah.
will just keep bringing that up.
I still laugh.
Amazing. If like somebody needs to like make that a YouTube channel, I'll watch it. I don't care like how good it is. Just make it. I'll watch it. Unless maybe I'll have to do it. I'll just be whacking off ghosts like all.
We're gonna make Ghost Whackers. You've got to make Ghost Fakers and disprove all of our videos. It's a team effort.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Ghost whackers is what I call it when you've had a long day of masturbating and nothing comes out.
Oh.
You know something's there, you just can't see it.
It's like when you take your dog on a walk and they keep peeing, but nothing's there.
Yes, I am much like a
my
dog you take
God,
on a walk.
Yeah. Mine right here. He's right on the couch over there. Fuck does it all the time. Like, oh, gotta pee here. There's nothing left. So why are we
Phantom
doing this?
pee.
It's cold.
Our dog is a girl and she does it. I'm like, isn't this supposed to be a male thing marking territory? She's like, I'm gonna fake pee here. I'm gonna fake pee here.
It's a domination. It's a dominating thing.
I'm like, I'm trying to go on a walk to get some exercise, dog. And she's like, yeah, no, we're stopping every 48 feet.
Oh my god. Drives me fucking nuts, man.
She even lifts a leg. It's hilarious.
I've got a theory to run by you guys.
Okay.
What if this shark demon thing is gathering followers? And
Okay.
much like a musical group, this is Sharky Shark and the Bitey Bunch,
Okay.
and that's what's happening. Ultimately, Mark Wahlberg is trying to take over.
Oh, that would explain the weird shark coming from the moon apocalypse
Are you
thing.
talking about the shark side of the moon?
Yes.
Yeah.
That would actually
That's already a movie.
Is it really?
Oh.
Yep.
that
Don't
would
change
actually
that
explain
channel.
this dude's look though.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to be Marky Mark from the 90s.
Oh, bro. I'm just trying to get my swim on. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just
Sharky
a-
Shark and the Funky Bunch.
I'm just a priest, man. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I stole that pun from Jack.
Hey,
I'm
you know
sorry.
what I'm saying? The teeth shall inherit the earth. It's all good, bro.
Would still be a better movie.
Just have a fucking Marky Mark impersonator.
Yeah.
I'll do your movie as long as there's no Vietnamese people,
Oh,
bro.
bro, it's gotta be just me and my boys.
Ouch.
I'm super racist in case people didn't know that.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
for your listeners who aren't versed in our history of talking about Marky Mark, he beat the shit out of a Vietnamese guy. Look it up.
He's a piece of trash. Marky Mark, not the Vietnamese guy.
Thanks for clarification.
Yeah, I had to.
Yeah, it isn't that like the reason his restaurant can't get a liquor license in like California or some shit like that.
I don't know, but I
Oh,
would
I-
believe it.
I hope that's true.
I do too.
Yeah, I think there's one area like the Wahlburger or whatever, like they can't get a liquor license because of that charge that he has. And so he's actually trying to get it off of his record
Of course he is.
just so his company can get a fucking liquor license.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it was just because since Donnie Wahlberg, manages all the Wahlburgers because he's not acting, except for in Saw movies, I guess maybe still. They were just like, we
Yeah.
can't have Donnie Wahlberg in California, so he can't come and sign this document. It's
I know it's their other brother's restaurant.
Donnie just is the line cook.
No. There's another brother.
I know.
Oh,
I
the
was
line. I got
making
it.
fun of Donnie Wahlberg.
Well, he's married to Jenny McCarthy. He doesn't have to do shit now.
He's got to worry about his kids not getting fucking vaccinated.
He was on Blue Bloods. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's married to
Yeah,
Jenny
they'll get
McCarthy.
measles soon enough.
So anyway, back to Terrible Sharks. The what the fuck? Ghost Whackers lady, Nancy. She has a whole
yeah.
scene where so she's got this weird dude following her around. He's her cameraman, but he's just a creep.
Yeah.
There's a scene where she goes out and gets possessed on the beach or whatever. the beach in Tennessee where most of this movie was shot.
Yeah.
And he like runs away because he's like, I'm not getting paid enough for this shit. Because she's literally laying on the ground screaming, "Come inside me, spirit.
Yeah, fill me up.
Yeah.
Chum inside me, chum inside me."
Yeah, and also I wonder if he's the cameraman that we hear breathing. We already talked about the buff blonde scene. If you have the volume up at all, you can hear someone struggling to
yeah.
breathe. And
Well-
at first we thought it was maybe like, oh, it's the creepy guy watching. No, this is just a fucking cameraman that's having trouble living.
Well, we did see Donald Farmer in this movie. He plays the news reporter after Allie
Potato
gets
Head.
attacked.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr.
Oh, shit,
Molding
okay.
Potato Head. I saw that guy. I saw his physical shape. That could just be him filming, and he just didn't catch it when he was editing.
Or
He's
just didn't
he's
care.
just struggling to breathe because he's still alive.
Well, the sound of this movie can be wild sometimes. You hear background noises that you shouldn't that are louder than the dialogue. There's no wind guards on these microphones. It's just wind
None.
ripping.
You said microphones. This is the camera mounted mic.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he had a Shure 58 taped to a fucking camera, like an old VCR camera.
That's right. He's not even using digital video. He's just got one of those old big camcorders that's on your shoulder.
Oh, your fucking step grandpa's camera.
Yeah.
Hey guys, after this episode, I really kind of want to go out and get a beer. What are you thinking?
I mean, okay, look, the thing is, I deal with beer so much in my life. I want something else. I'm fine with beer, but I want like a stiff cocktail or a nice glass of whiskey.
You know, the music box is just down the way, and you can get an awesome cocktail, or they even have like Tombstone and other great beers on tap.
The music box, where would I find that?
Oh, you mean the music box at 6951 East 22nd Street in
Yeah.
Tucson, Arizona?
Right down there at 22nd and Cole.
Yeah, they've got a great selection of whiskey, gin, tequila, mezcal, other spirits.
Ooh, sometimes they have like pudding shots and Jello shots.
You're putting me on.
And depending on the night of the week, we can get karaoke, live music. It's great.
Ooh, on happy hour on. Oh, it's Wednesday. It's on happy hour.
Yeah.
I'm in. You guys are selling me.
Let's go to the Music Box Lounge right
Woo!
now.
Let's go.
You know what? I will give this movie 1 point that a lot of movies don't get. They do something, and I'm sure it wasn't intentional. Most of the characters in this movie are female. I think we see, like, aside from people in the background who didn't know they were in a movie, I think we have like 5 dudes. This movie does pass the Bechdel test, which is if there's a scene in a movie where 2 women are talking, generally they're almost always talking about a man. The Bechdel test is there a scene where they aren't doing that? And there are a lot of scenes with women talking where they aren't discussing men. So that's a point.
Well, shit.
I mean, I don't think it was intentional, and I don't think I should actually give them credit, but I will.
I mean, we got to give them something. Something.
I'll also give them credit. They made a movie.
True. That is true. That is fair. I mean, yeah, I appreciate anybody who go out there and make a fucking movie. And actually, I will say this actually is not the worst movie I will be discussing on Seasick Cinema. It's bad, but it's not like the worst. There's a couple of other ones I have in mind that are way worse than this.
It's
I
also
appreciate it.
It's also my favorite thing that I hate now. Like, I love it, but I hate it. I'm mad at it. But I'm gonna come back to it.
We had you on for 2 episodes now, but one that wasn't really a shark movie, although it kind of was, and then Santa Jaws. So of the 2 like made for TV, shot on video shark movies that we have done to discuss with you, this falls far below Santa Jaws.
Yeah.
Santa Jaws was like a
my
movie.
God.
There was a beginning, a middle, and end.
There was a plot. I
I understood what was happening.
There was a guy that had his legs cut off and kept walking.
Yeah.
That was cool.
The shark, I more believe a shark with Christmas lights for eyes and a candy corn horn.
Oh,
Then
and
I
don't
believe
forget
the
the ornament
shark.
teeth.
No, I think it was a
Oh,
candy
the
cane
ornament teeth,
horn.
yeah.
Oh, candy cane. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's Christmas. Candy cane, candy corn. I don't know.
But I do have to. This shark that we see. At first, Jack was like, "Is this claymation?"
I was hoping it was claymation.
It's like a CGI claymation
I
shark.
think it's a European shark, by the way.
Okay.
Aren't all sharks from Finland? I was really hoping for a long, painful pause right there, just to like make you guys suffer and sit in it.
Jack, was it? What did I say before? It was like, "Welcome to Jokes Your Dad Tells," starring Jack.
I got like stepdad jokes. They just got boundary issues.
Yeah, this shark design though, and this shark, all they did was purchase like one CGI shark asset from like Adobe, and then just reused it because it's the same. It does the same motions every single shot that we see it.
Yeah, because the earlier part, I was like, this is actually, I mean, it looks like bad CG, but I was like, it's a decent shot because it has good movement and stuff. But it's the same shot.
Had we seen it do anything like bite a person or leap out of the water?
It does
or something?
leap out of the water at the very last second of the official movie. Before we get those cool stingers.
So real quick, you had said candy corn, right? And it makes me wonder, is there a shark movie for Halloween called like maybe Shalloween?
And
there
shark
isn't. I have nothing for, well, I shouldn't say I have nothing for Halloween. We have Sharkenstein and Sharkula, of course.
Of course. Of course. You say it so naturally.
Yeah. But no, other than that, there's like not a whole lot of holiday themed shark movies, which I'm kind of disappointed about.
Well, if anybody's got an iPhone, I got a bathtub. Let's film Shalloween. Come on over.
There's plenty of pools in Arizona.
We'll go get little shark toys and put them on strings, and we'll put the camera down and just, it'll look better than the CG in most of these.
Let's get that done.
We can get some more dynamic movements, like maybe some fake blood every once in a while. I don't know. Let's get crazy with it, right?
Whitney wants to talk about the blood in this movie.
I was actually that first stabbing, I was like, oh my God, look at all of this blood. This is amazing.
They blew their blood budget.
It was
phenomenal. So they saved it for like this, and then like that last scene where the nun shows back up, but it's the beginning again or something, like whatever. So yeah, like that's only like really the only blood we see. So like they had the ability and knew how to make fake blood or had access to it, and they're just like, nah.
When Allie gets attacked and then pulled out of the water, it's like someone slapped a wet fruit roll up on her thigh and was like, there's your gash.
You're going to die from this outside of your thigh. Like no femoral artery, no.
Speaking of that bite, though, the fruit roll up, she ends up going to the hospital, like we said, but she gets out and she's like, oh, I healed. And like, it's supposed to be a miracle because she's possessed or whatever. But she has a bandage on
that's bloody.
That is bloody. And she takes off the bandage and there's no mark. There's no cut. I'm like, where is the blood coming from?
Where did the blood come from?
Yeah.
Did you leave the hospital? And they were like, look, I know you don't have insurance, so we're not going to replace the bandages.
Yeah.
You know, help yourself to a used one on the way out. That's what your healthcare plan lets you know. We don't have free healthcare here. It's terrible.
I was going to say, this is another American joke.
Oh, yeah, don't even fucking get me started on the Canadian healthcare. So
I'll get you started.
It is completely. Oh, dude, it's fuck. I've been to like the emergency room a couple times in the last like 6 months or so. And once I was there with my girlfriend and there was a nurse who like told us to move our chairs. And when I say told us, she told us, didn't ask us. I was only sitting in the chairs where they had put them. So of course, like, fuck me, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I took the chair and I slid it across to where she wanted it, and then I went and sat down. She was upset by this.
What?
She was like, what's with the attitude? And I'm like, I'm sitting down like you told me to.
You're like, I'm in the emergency room. That's the attitude.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, like, we had been up for like, I don't know, 36 hours at this point. So like, I just wasn't having any of it. Like, I'm just like, not today. And so I went and sat down because I'm like, I'm not here for myself, so I'm going to sit down. And she's like, what was that? And I'm like, I literally did not say anything. And then she's like, get out.
Oh,
you got kicked out of an emergency room?
So we were in like the other waiting room. So there was like the emergency waiting room, and then there was the urgent care waiting room before you go into the other room to wait for the doctor.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we got kicked out of one waiting room. We still kept our place in line. We just got kicked out of the room. So, I mean, okay. And then
I would have stood up and said, I don't give a shit. And stared her in the eyes.
I really got to have some of these ready for me because with the amount of bullshit I've had to deal with in like the last 3 months, I just need some of these one-liners
Email
just
me,
to
do a
confuse
workshop.
people when I leave a situation. You know?
Jack will punch anything up for you.
Yeah, including that nurse that gave you trouble.
So as I'm getting kicked out, she's not wearing her mask the whole time. There are signs everywhere. Everybody else is wearing a mask. She's literally the only one not wearing it.
So she's
as I
the
walk
American.
by, yeah. So I'm like, hey, could you put your mask on? And she's like, yours is good enough. If you have a problem, you can report it to my manager. And so I'm like, all right, fuck you. So then as we're walking out, I walk by her again after I had like complained to somebody else at the urgent care desk. And then as I'm walking, she intentionally open mouth coughs in my fucking direction towards my face.
What the fuck?
Oh,
She's
God.
like, as she's walking by. And I turned around and I just said, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And so I've been on the phone with the fucking hospital for weeks now trying to identify who the fuck she is. They say they think they know who it is now, but she hasn't been at work, so they haven't talked to her or anything yet. And like, yeah, we have procedures for this. And I'm like, yeah, it's called getting fucking fired for not doing your job. Like,
Yeah.
By the way, she hasn't
Like-
been at work. She's a nurse. She's been at work for 36 hours a day for the last 2 weeks.
Right.
Like, she's
Yeah, like,
there.
they keep telling us we're like, we have no healthcare workers because there's like nobody in this country even has a fucking family doctor. My girlfriend is from England. She's been living here for 10 plus years. Never had a family doctor.
Yeah, that's rough. Kind of sounds like I'm
Yeah.
happy I don't have health care.
Yeah.
And like we get taxed for our healthcare. Like we pay so much more in taxes, and that's what people don't realize about the free healthcare system is it just comes out of our taxes, and then when we try to use it, we don't have access to it.
I
So-
have heard that before.
I mean, that's the frustrating
Yeah.
part is not having access because that's how insurance works here too. Is like you pay extra for everybody else who doesn't have it, so you're still paying for everybody either way.
Yeah.
But I guess you do have access sometimes.
Occasionally.
I do have a note real quick to get back to stupid sharks.
Whoa, I love this guy.
There's a scene. Oh, it's not the sorority girls. I don't know. It's some other random disconnected scene. Maybe it was the first scene with the three girls. I don't remember. But they're riding in a car, and I was immediately thinking, I think Donald Farmer thinks he's making a Quentin Tarantino
Oh
movie.
yeah.
Oh, that's the
Oh,
first
yeah.
The
scene.
opening scene.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
That's
Lauren.
the first scene.
the
Yeah.
three girls are all chatting. The one girl has her feet out the window, and there's shots on her feet and stuff. I was like, this is just death proof, except for instead of Kurt Russell, we're gonna get a CG shark
Yeah.
and this guy from 311.
That was Lauren, the Bobby
It's all mixed
Cheaton.
up. You don't know what to
You
do.
don't know what to do. Well, I don't. I just saw that note and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about the Tarantino scene.
Oh,
Oh
and
my God.
the carnival scene
Oh, with Bobby?
with Bobby.
Okay, so I think while we've been talking
That
about
was
this,
so weird.
I've put together some pieces, guys.
Go
Oh.
on.
So I talked about
Oh,
how
okay.
this
Please
movie,
fill me in.
this movie was too short. I mean, it's barely considered feature length.
Correct.
At 71 minutes. So I think I was right. I think they shot it. They didn't have enough. So they made a 10-minute long silent with like ambient noise walking around the carnival scene. They had the 10-minute long stinger scene of the girl in the mall. All these things just to add up to
And the bodybuilder
Buff
girl.
blonde.
and the buff blonde girl. All this stuff just to add up to feature length. So he's making a feature length film that he can then sell to somebody.
That helps, but it doesn't explain like the craft light and some of these weird possessions. It just explains that those scenes are there for no reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I 100% think
Yeah.
it's just to get it because at 70 minutes, if he throws it on Sci-Fi Channel or whoever,
Commercials.
then with commercials you're at 90. Well, more than that, depending on I guess. But like you're at, they're like, look, we can put this in a slot now. I guess you're at 2 hours.
Yeah.
But I just made those connections while we were talking about that. I was like, oh, all this stuff is so extended and so boring and so pointless because he ran out of. He's like, I got nothing else. It's a demon shark.
That's
man.
probably 100% what it is. Like, yeah, like I think you're right too. Like they filmed this movie up until like that pool scene where they probably could have just ended it on a fucking cliffhanger
Sure.
and then be like, hey, yes, fucking stay tuned. And then they're like, oh, but then like what you said, oh, we need more scenes. Here's some scenes that I wrote. They don't make any sense, but I wrote them. Here they are.
Here's
Wrote
my
is
daughter.
kind of strong.
He
Well, I
scribbled,
mean,
he
like in
scribbled
his
them on.
notes app.
Yeah, he
Jotted them
scribbled
on a cocktail napkin.
Yeah, he
at the
put them on a
bar.
napkin while he was
Yeah.
drinking straight gin at the bar.
Ooh, Tom Waits style.
So I'm actually going to go through. I found a couple of reviews, very short ones. I think everybody else kind of feels the same way we do about this movie. So Letterboxd user Oliver Swift gave it half a star. If you like Jaws, do not watch this movie. If you like The Exorcist, do not watch this movie. In fact, if you like anything at all, do not watch this movie.
What if you like really bad movies?
Pretty
Still.
fair, I guess.
Yeah, I like that.
So the next one from Letterboxd user Brax2090 also gave it a half a star. No, just no. That's it.
Were there any higher than half stars? Like, were there any high?
Okay, so there were a couple of like 4-star reviews.
Oh.
There was literally one from the
director?
username on Letterboxd was the movie pussy.
Oh, okay.
And he wrote a fucking essay on this movie. And I read a couple sentences and I'm just like, I cannot get on board with this.
He was the director.
Yeah, probably. I would be fucking surprised.
I
Like,
thought you were gonna say the username was Donald Farmer, like
yeah.
the Donald
No,
Farmer.
he's got his
D
own thing.
Farmer 2020.
I tried emailing me at donaldfarmersonly.com. Had no reply yet.
But one review that really disturbs me from IMDb, Duckstar61030, they gave it 2 stars for one, and they said the best effects on the DVD are the menu screen. They paid money for like a DVD copy of this and then watched it and then gave it 2 stars. Like, that's concerning that somebody paid to like have a physical copy of this in their possession.
A rewatchable
Like, listen, I'm all
thing.
about physical media. Like, I like all behind me, physical media fucking everywhere.
Oh yeah.
I would not, you couldn't pay me to have this. Like, someone could say, here you go. I'm good, man. It's all yours.
I might disagree. I think I'm going home and buying this.
I'm the same. I'm
But
like,
not on physical media.
I
That's
want
true.
I want to force people to watch
So
this.
there's something that I like to do where I'll put on movies and turn the sound all the way off and then put on a playlist of sorts, and this would make a great music video.
Agreed.
Yeah. If you
Okay,
don't, if
that
you don't have
actually
to
makes
hear
a lot of
people talk.
sense.
Yeah, if you don't have to hear any of these people's delivery or try and make sense of the plot, but all of a sudden Stabbing Westward comes on and this nun is just fucking gutting this chick, it works.
Because you were talking about Letterboxd reviews, I went to look. I was like, there have to be some 5 stars. I scrolled through a couple, whatever. They're just people that are like, I love this because it's.
Did you
stupid."
find the essay?
No, but this one is great. 5 stars from someone named John Pterodactyl, like pterodactyl with a P and everything.
Okay.
Have not watched this, but holy hell, do I like women undressing while writhing on the ground. 5 stars, but I'm not a sex pervert.
Excuse me, sir.
You don't have to say sex pervert. It's just pervert's fine.
Yeah, it kind of encompasses the whole thing.
We knew what you meant when you started talking about liking women writhing on the ground. You didn't have to say sex or pervert. We got you, Mr. Pterodactyl.
Oh, there was something we noticed in the credits while we were waiting for the stinger scene that I found out about thanks to the IMDb trivia, which mostly is nothing except for this movie is 71 minutes long and 11 minutes of it is credits.
Yep.
It's a bad
There
ratio.
was a thing, the possessed girl in the credits, she's just credited as possessed girl, is misspelled,
Oh yeah.
which like computers have spelled like autocorrect,
Spell check.
autocorrect, anything,
Yeah.
right? Because it was POSESSED, and I'm looking at it, and I was even like, doesn't possessed have 2 double S's?
I fact checked him. It
Oh,
does.
boy.
Good old American knowledge.
I do want to know what the end was about, though.
Which
like
end?
not the mall, but like, so she makes out with a priest, and he gets shark possessed.
Oh yeah, the were
And
shark
then the friend
thing.
runs away after getting bitten, and then the shark comes out of the moon.
Yeah. because they were doing the Ozzy Osbourne Shark at the Moon.
They did there was the Shark of the Moon at the carnival, and that's what bit Emily. And then Lauren is chasing Emily down at the docks, and she strips, making sure she doesn't take off her scab, and jumps in the water, and then immediately a shark jumps out and gets
I'm telling you
Lauren.
guys, you're doing way too much work. Just enjoy it. It's beautiful. You don't have to make sense of it because they didn't.
To what Steve said earlier, the shark flying out of the moon is the same animation as the shark in the water.
Yeah.
So it is
Yeah,
still
it's just a different fucking background.
Yeah, they were like, look, we figured out how to change the background.
All right, look, this nun is a Satanist, right? And she's got her way. She's got her demon shark doing her business, yada, yada. And then all of a sudden, God's like, you know what? I'm going to send back this resurrected person to balance it out, you know? Because it's a lot like the Force with the sharks.
The shark
light side
force.
and dark side.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were having a very heated debate about if that's the same girl at the end. Whitney said it's 100% the
is.
same girl who comes out of the water. I swear she was blonde, and this
No.
girl's a redhead.
No, it was
But
brunette.
either ways, good God. Either way, she's definitely, like, it's like a Jason Voorhees thing, right? Like, it's supposed to be because she pops out and, like, drags the nun in.
To hell.
I don't know. I'm trying to make connections. Oh, we did mention, though, that we get lines from both Jaws and The Exorcist.
Yes.
So the Exorcist one, he fucks that up because he says the power of Christ
Orders you?
Commands you.
commands
you. Thank you.
And I was like, it's
yeah.
compels, guy. But the one that really got me, and it's because I just heard it played off of in something else. I don't remember what it
Godzilla.
was. Oh, Godzilla, yes.
What is our lives?
He starts doing the exorcism, and the friend Emily is like, "We're gonna need a bigger cross."
I actually liked it.
But what is a bigger cross have more Jesus in it?
Fuck,
Yeah.
in this movie it does. Fuck yeah, dude.
50% more Christ in every cross.
You gotta make sure you get Christ treks with full brand.
But I do have a note towards the end where I finally just wrote, "What is happening?" Like,
I'm telling you, it is
Yeah.
a mushroom fever dream.
I had that note at the beginning.
well, it's like it started out as like a loosely woven like blanket that someone was making, but they don't have the real crocheting abilities to make a good one. But then at the end, it just frayed into 1,000 pieces.
Yeah.
Oh, they just stapled a bunch of materials together. They're like,
They-
blanket.
Those zip ties.
They got impatient and just glued it.
Yeah.
It's like a kindergartner. Macaroni necklace and all.
Yeah. I remember making those.
Now, I will say, as much as I despise this movie or dislike it, of course I'm going to watch the sequel when it
Same.
comes out, which is like pretty fucking soon. Because, I mean, I'm more just curious to see like whether they actually take the time to wrap up those other plot points or if they actually do just completely ignore them. Because as much as I was joking, I'm actually half expecting them to just never go back to any of that stuff.
I would take that bet. I mean, like, I don't think they're gonna have any sort of cohesion.
Well, because they set up at least 3 different possible like villains or
Yeah.
antagonists for the next movie. Because there's the
Yeah.
priest, there's Emily, and there's random mall girl.
I got it.
Oh, and Nancy,
And
because they're all
Nancy.
still possessed at the end of the
I
movie.
got it.
Oh,
The
yeah.
priest has an illegitimate child, and then he gets raised, and he's like, "Hey, I'm here to pay for the swims of my father." And it's just
And it's
sequel
played
from
by
there.
the same actor.
Same actor.
I was gonna say this actor and actress, husband-wife team will be in that movie.
You think so?
Because
100%.
they've been in almost nothing. Every movie he's been in, she's been in.
Oh, okay.
And you know the biggest movie both of them were in was Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, where they both play uncredited human prisoners. So they're gonna do the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's got to pay for
Yeah.
that weekend coke binge. Like,
Seriously.
He needs a third barbed wire tattoo.
I got one on my bicep. I've got one on my wrist. I need one right around my abdomen.
Babe, I'm
I was
thinking.
gonna say cock.
I'm thinking neck, babe.
Yeah.
A crown of thorns.
Oh.
It goes with my haircut.
Yeah, if this priest is not bald with a crown of thorns tattoo, I don't even want to see this movie then. Like, it's a deal breaker.
I think we're building ourselves up a little too much, guys.
Yeah, we might be.
Well, if this comes out before they release the movie, you might have time for them to hear this episode and get our ideas before they film it the day before it comes out.
There you go.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys, Donald. Hey, like fix it. Make it better. Make it make sense.
Fix it in pre.
Oh no, he fixes everything in post.
Yeah. Well, I think that's just gonna about wrap it up. Unless you guys have any final thoughts, opinions.
Two fins up for me. I loved it.
I know. It was terribly awesome, and like I said, I'm definitely gonna make my roommate watch this.
I was so in up until right after the pool scene. When everything just dissolved into nothingness.
That's when you get up and make 10 drinks.
Yeah.
That's when you put it on mute and put on the playlist, right? You get all the way up to the surprise werewolf, wereshark, whatever scene.
Wereshark.
Wereshark, there's shark. And then you just put on, see if it syncs up with Dark Side of the Moon. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was fun. That's I'll say that about it.
It was fun.
And fun to be on your podcast. Thanks for
Oh
having
yeah,
us, man.
I was gonna say let's do this for the sequel.
Oh, 100%. I'm hoping that I can maybe do it around like Halloween time or something like that.
We're down.
Hopefully I can get enough time to do that. But yeah, that would be dope.
All
But,
Shallows Eve, you're right.
Why don't yeah. Why don't you guys tell us about or tell the people about your podcast?
Hit
what
it,
it's about, what you do.
It's Bad Movies, Worst People. We kind of do this, but we go more point by point like you do on your regular show. We basically watch shitty movies, sometimes good movies, whatever we feel like watching. We get drunk and we talk crap about them on the internet.
The puns are just as bad.
Yep. Jack is doing just as many puns, more singing.
A lot more singing.
And you can find us anywhere you get podcasts, Bad Movies, Worst People. You can go to badmoviesworstpeople.com. We also have a Patreon that's only $3 a month. You get a bonus episode every month. Plus, you'll get some early access to another podcast Jack and I are working on called Han Took Shots First. That's a Star Wars podcast, obviously.
That's right. I heard you guys talking about that on an episode recently.
We're going to be going from episode 1 to episode 9, all the live action stuff, so the shows and everything in order, plus some other stuff, whatever we feel like talking about. But you can get that on patreon.com/worstpeople. And then also Han Took Shots First will be on all your platforms as well.
Hell yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to that one, actually. I think that's going to be
dope. We got Steve on 2 episodes on the backlog, man.
Yeah. Steve's been on 2 episodes with us already.
Oh, we love you,
I'm
Steve.
sure more coming up. So I'm trying to find something to have you on that doesn't have sharks in it, so you don't have to talk about
totally
sharks anymore.
With that.
Lake Placid. Not a shark.
Not a doctor.
And still better than most of the movies I watch anyway, so.
Yeah, thank you for having us on. This was a time. It was a mostly good time.
I there was parts where I had to cross my legs while laughing. Like I was just like, what is happening? This is fantastic.
Yeah, it's definitely, I will say, it's definitely more of a group watch. So if you get together with a bunch of friends, beers, weed, whatever you want to fucking do, then it's an enjoyable experience. But just know it's not a good movie. It's a bad fucking movie.
Definitely.
But you'll get some kicks out of it.
Could be a good time.
Yeah. All right, everybody. You know that you can find me on all the fucking social medias at Bucket of Chum Podcast, patreon.com/Bucket of Chum. And I'll see all of you next time for another episode of Bucket of Chum.
Hey guys, I don't want to sound needy here.
I'm needy.
But we have a Patreon at patreon.com/worstpeople.
Mm-hmm.
And it only costs $3 a month.
$3 a month is nothing.
And I know times are hard right now.
Real hard for me.
Inflation's up.
Oh.
You can't afford your groceries.
Can't eat.
But you can afford $3 a month if you love us.
Give us $3.
Super love us.
Please
Yeah.
love us.
We're not begging.
I'm begging.
We're not pleading.
I'm pleading.
We're not down on our knees.
Oh boy,
I mean-
my knees hurt. They've been on so long.
But we do kind of need the money.
I need the money bad.
We need new equipment.
New equipment. We need to do remote podcasts for all of you.
I wouldn't mind eating.
We need to have video.
I wouldn't mind eating.
We need more drinks.
Food sounds good.
So please check out patreon.com/worstpeople.
Please check us out.
You get a bonus episode every month, and we're going to have more content coming for you.
I'll send you pictures.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Please give me more.
Patreon.com/worstpeople.
I'm being held hostage here. If I don't pay my way out of here, they're going to kill me.